Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first of all, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing 205 pounds, Dany Only! And introducing
fans already in the ring, Dany Only, as we wait for his opponent. Here he is, J Rod, heading out to the ring.
From Columbus, Georgia, weighing 205 pounds, he is J Rod. This match is one fall with a 20-minute time limit.
Of course, J Rod, the only Triple Crown winner so far to date in Rampage Pro Wrestling, has held each title in Rampage Pro Wrestling. Unprecedented in Rampage Pro Wrestling with the exception of him, but he's got a serious competitor here in Dany Only. Also wrestles periodically as one half of the Hate Junkies in various places. In fact, here at one time as part of the Cash Vault, and we've seen Charlie Cash reaching out to Dany Only as I'm rejoined here on commentary by the extremely active Ben Masters you've been spotting for the lovely Miss Allie. Does that mean that you'll want people to poke you on Facebook?
I had to drink a Verve just to do this.
Verve, it's an essential, the official energy drink, of course, of Rampage Pro Wrestling. And fans, if you're watching this television program, you're probably watching on Saturday or watching it on Fox 24 or on the internet, and maybe we're only a day away from another television taping.
Tomorrow afternoon, if it's Sunday, April 29th, special new time, it's 3 p.m. The fans love that time. We love to see everyone come out the 29th.
Very much so. Want to get the fans back. We were off for 3 weeks before the more recent television taping, but now back to that every other week schedule that our fans like. Second and fourth Saturdays of every month begin again in the month of May and will continue for the foreseeable future. Back on that regular second and fourth Sunday schedule. Fans want to also remind you, go check out all the news at Rampage Pro Wrestling, RampageProWrestling.net. Go to the Facebook page. A lot of exclusive videos are posted there, Ben Masters.
Absolutely. Right now, J Rod catapulted himself and missed Dany Only. Dany Only able to move out of the way. And Dany Only, we don't know what the relationship is right now with Charlie Cash. We know he was in the Cash Vault. But we do know Charlie Cash is watching this man. And obviously he would like to show him something here by defeating J Rod, but that is no easy task.
Well, very much so, but Dany Only is no second-rate opponent by any stretch of the imagination. Recently, at another show here in the state of Georgia, Dany Only was victorious over Davey Richards, Ring of Honor's Davey Richards, in a tremendous victory there. Some might have called that a surprise. I'm not sure it is. He is that good, and J Rod's got a real contender on his hands, but of course, J Rod, the Triple Crown winner here at Rampage Pro Wrestling, nobody has an easy time with J Rod.
And right now on the floor, giving it right back to Dany Only. J Rod now trying to set the man up and caught him with a forearm, cut off, and right there rammed that back into that hard apron, and then face first into that steel gurney around the ring. I tell you what, either way you go, it's a hard time. The ring is hard and that rail is hard.
Count of 9 as the wrestlers were on the outside. Both of them break the count and continue the fight on the outside. We almost had a double count out here, Ben Masters, but you can tell these wrestlers are taking the advantages they want. Both of them want to gain the advantage on the outside. Right now, J Rod trying to get a little bit of a breath of air on the outside as the count goes to 4, and back into the ring he goes. Solid blow to the midsection on Dany Only as J Rod comes back into the ring.
And the referee is not an enviable position whatsoever, especially with the amount of talent here at Rampage Pro Wrestling. Went for a boot that time, sidestep by J Rod, caught him with the right hand, and he staggers him, caught him with an elbow, down to one knee, right back up. J Rod now sets him up.
J Rod goes to set him up on the top rope. Block there by Dany Only. Block again by Only. Lands his own blow. Slingshots him into that corner. Does Dany Only, and J Rod caught everybody that bit of that on the top turnbuckle. Now Dany Only starts to go on offense. Drops an elbow, but you can see some damage was done to him as he covers the man. Hooks the leg. Not enough.
That can do some considerable damage anytime you are slammed face first into a turnbuckle. Steel table underneath that turnbuckle. Look at this submission move now as he has him stretched around, his arm and his leg being lifted up. pulling muscles from positions they should not be pulled.
You see how he's got that one leg pinned so that it can't go anywhere as he yanks the other one up. J Rod literally just forces his hand up into the face of Dany Only to break, but Only then gets a leg scissors on the head of J Rod and around the throat. Could be over the carotid artery. If he hooks that correctly, it could be a modified form of a sleeper utilizing the legs.
Dany Only showing that great experience he possesses. You never know what a man like him, a veteran, will come up with.
J Rod, solid blows, a little bit of desperation, but they were effective. Now Dany Only up first, lands a solid blow to the back, throws him into the corner and into the opposite corner. Does Only in hard. Goes Dany Only.
And J Rod is staggered, and so is Only caught with a boot that time, but caught the foot, tried to block him, and J Rod's right back in with those blows. J Rod now arm whips him from mid-ring into the turnbuckle, charges in with that lariat, and now again all the way across the ring goes Only. J Rod goes in, no one there. Big boot by Dany Only.
Pace of this match has been very, very intense from the beginning, Ben Masters. He's going to tire these men out. They're not really saving much in the tank for this 20-minute time limit match.
And those long legs of Dany Only being very useful as he puts the boots here to J Rod, applying all that pressure. J Rod now is doubled over in pain. You see the pain excruciating on his face. And now perhaps breaking the eyes, boxing the ears that time, and taking the equilibrium out from underneath J Rod.
That's very smart. You're right. Every time you go after the ears, the inner ear canal, the balance center of the head and the brain, you can literally knock somebody to the point where they won't be able to maintain their footing, won't be able to get their bearings in the ring, and that's a good move on the part of Dany Only.
Now takes him by the head, slams him face first into the turnbuckle, and J Rod now is feeling the attack here of Dany Only, and Dany Only certainly is a man that we know Charlie Cash is interested in, and we know why. He's a seasoned veteran, and he can get the job done.
Oh, vicious clothesline there as J Rod comes off, but you can see the match has had an impact on him as he's not immediately going in for the cover. He's trying to get the fans involved, to get himself involved. It's a self-motivation technique as he staggers to his feet.
And now it's J Rod trying to see that equilibrium now as he can't even balance.
Ducks that clothesline, comes off. Takes down Dany Only and again comes off. Wasn't very pretty, but it did a damage. Catches him again, and now Only is staggered, and now J Rod is taking over headbutt. That's going to affect him as much as it did Only.
And falls on top of him, covers him lateral press. Only a 2 count. And just barely able to cover him, but both men certainly are down, but not out. And J Rod is motioning for that knee like he wants to give that big knee. And he has ended a lot of matches with the big knee.
Comes in, catches it to the side of the head. There's the neck breaker. This is usually the signal that there's a setup coming right here as Dany Only goes back into the corner, coming up to his feet, trying to find his bearings as J Rod gets in position at the opposite end. Here comes J Rod. He's calling for it. Only trying to get back to his feet, get his bearings after that neck breaker.
Superman knee splash almost.
2 knees, and he's got him down. And now stagger over, throws him into the ropes. Reversal by Only, misses a clothesline. J Rod catches him with that knee. Wait a minute, here comes Bobby Moore. Rob Adonis.
Wait just a minute, he's got the man pinned, and then comes Rob Adonis and hit for hire Bobby Moore, followed by Charlie Cash. We wondered if Charlie Cash was going to be associated with this man.
And there's the monster, the Judge. The entire Cash vault is out. Well, clearly now they're interested in Dany Only, or else they're interested in damaging J Rod, or both.
Dany Only has been disqualified for outside interference. Your winner by disqualification is J Rod.
Well, Ben Masters making the announcement right now. The concern is they're just laying punch after punch. Bobby Moore is just blow after blow into J Rod as he's held suspended and now lift up to his feet as Dany Only comes in.
Oh! No! Fire in the ring in the face of J Rod. What was that?
I just looked like he burned him. Dany Only had been known to use fire before, and it appears he's used it again. J Rod is down, and now the locker room is emptying. People literally, you can tell that
This is serious.
you can tell people weren't ready for this as they're coming out carrying water and other things that they had in the back as they were sent out. And now looks like, okay, they're bringing out a towel and they're trying to get some water on the face of J Rod as the Cash vault.
What kind of man is this Dany Only? He will stop at nothing to injure a man, and obviously Charlie Cash gave him those orders.
The cash vault looks awfully happy with what they've accomplished. And Dany Only demonstrating how easy it is for him to utilize fire as he continues to display it on the outside, laughing maniacally.
Not very funny.
No, well, frequently the cash vault is far less than funny. Well, Ben Masters, we'll be back, but we'll be back with a heck of a main event in just a minute.
Don't go away.